Good evening. This is Isaac from Blue Bag of Borelli. Now, we have the bye. Carlton has the bye this week. But there's always footy talk, so I thought we would indulge ourselves tonight. I don't know what it's like to follow Geelong. They are a privileged club. Matty Mason is a lucky man. He's been spoiled for over 30 years. I mean, if you look at what they've done between 1989 to present, they're a privileged club. I'm jealous. So Matty Mason, my dear friend who goes for the Mighty Cats, I've asked him if he could share his 12 most favourite Geelong players of all time. There's no right or wrong. This is his list. So there's no right or wrong, and it's his list, and it's what's special for him. And he's going to share his players starting from 12 going down to 1. A little bit of a trip down memory lane.
Fantastic. Thank you for having me on,
My
Isaac.
pleasure.
It's definitely brought back some thoughts, some memories, some good ones. And it was going to be a list of 10, but it had to be 12 because there was a clear 12 for me. And what I've done is I've had to balance between individual brilliance and also contribution to the club. So I'm going to go through the list and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So let's kick it off. At number 12, I have Jeremy Cameron. Now, Jeremy Cameron, he's played 92 games for Geelong. I've got my statistics here, 241 goals. So in a few years' time, he'll probably be a bit further up on the list. But right now, in terms of contribution to Geelong, he's played under 100 games. Other players have played 200, 250, 300. The thing about him is the impact that he had in a premiership year for us. He's a two-time All-Australian, including in a premiership year, best and fairest in a premiership year. And to me, that has an enormous weight. Now, I want to pull one memory that I have, one highlight. It was in the 2020 qualifying final against Collingwood. Going to the right of screen, Ash Johnston had just kicked a goal from the boundary, the impossible angle. 2 minutes later, late in the third quarter, Jeremy Cameron gets it, wrong side for a left footer, and he splits the centre from the boundary, goes up to the crowd, gives them the, what were you saying? So that's number 12, Jeremy Cameron.
I'm glad you've included him. I would have included him. I don't always look at the longevity, but in my list of top 12 Carlton players, I had Greg Williams in there.
Yeah.
And he only played about 105 Carlton games.
Norm Smith medalist for the club.
That's 6 seasons.
Brownlow medalist for the club.
That's 6 seasons.
Yeah.
So, and Jez has got 3 or 4 more years.
Yeah, he'll play on. He'll
and
work
not
his
only
way up
that,
this list, I think.
Not only that, he is, when he's playing at his best, they say that Nick Dacos is the best player in the AFL. Nick Dacos has got nothing on this guy. When he's at his best, he is the best player in the comp. When he's at his best, he's a freak.
In terms of talent and impact, he would probably be in the top 2 or 3 on this.
Yeah, he's a freak. And he's looks like he's in career best form again.
He is really warming up.
And every time he plays my club, even if we beat this privileged team, he's a nuisance, kicks 6, 7 goals all the time.
He is, but I'm sick of losing to Carlton, to be honest. So let's move on to number 11 here. Is Harry Taylor. Now, Harry Taylor, 280 games, 2 All-Australians and 2 premierships. Now, he was a general in that back line, an elite intercept mark, an elite football IQ, absolutely unbelievable, would take the best forward, incredible player. And what I would say my highlight for him would be in the 2009 grand final, playing on Nick Riewoldt, who was one of the best players in the competition. Harry Taylor in his second year, doing the job on him in a very, very important role. So Harry Taylor comes in at number 11.
Very good player.
Very good player. Now we've got number 10. Has to be Paul Chapman.
Chappie. Why did he go to Western this list?
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Great player.
251 games for Geelong.
Yeah, great player.
Now, I haven't got the number of goals here, but it's in the hundreds of goals. 1 best and fairest, actually 1-time leading goal kicker, 2-time All-Australian, and a Norm Smith medal, of course. An explosive player on the half-forward line. He could go through the midfield, and he had a kick on him that he could roost it from outside 50.
He
Now,
was a big body.
he was a big, strong
the
player,
hips,
Paul Chapman.
The thighs, those thighs.
They'd call him Paul Snapman as well. He'd snap around. But for me, the 2009 grand final, not only did he win the
I know what you're going to say, that goal. Is it that goal?
Not only did he win the Norm Smith medal, and there might be a couple of people involved in this, Steve Johnson, late in the game, scores a level in red time in the final quarter. Steve Johnson kicks it into the middle to Ablett. Saints player comes in and gets the ball out. Scarlett toe pokes it to Ablett. Ablett, he's running to 50. He's about 60 out, and he goes to kick it. And I'm thinking, keep running. You've got space. Kicks it to the goal square, comes off of hands. Travis Varco, handball. Paul Chapman, snap over the shoulder. The celebration like this.
I know the goal, yeah.
And that is the goal. 336 goals, I'm told by my producer here, our producer.
Yeah, no, it was a great play.
He is. Johnson, can he pop it over the top? Ablett somehow has found some space. At the last minute, Zach Dawson spills it. But a clever soccer by Scarlett to Ablett from 80 metres. He drills it long to the tip of the goal square. Big flyers wanted. Varco, handball's over. It's a snap. Ball Chapman! And Chapman's kicked the goal!
Yeah, and worthy inclusion.
Worthy inclusion.
The only thing I don't like, and it was also with Stevie J, was that they played that last 1 or 2 seasons at another club, which I don't like. But
I agree with that as well.
But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be included in the list.
No, it's
great player.
Great player. All right, so number 9 is a current player. Is Tom Stewart. Now, Tom Stewart, he is a 5-time All-Australian. He started playing AFL at 24 years old. He's only been in the system since 2017, and in that time, he's won 5 All-Australians. Now,
one of the best of his craft.
He's a 2-time best and fairest, I've got here. And similar to Harry Taylor in the sense that very high football IQ. He's an incredible intercept mark. He is the general of the defence. He organises the defence. Beautiful kick. Number 9 on the list, Tom Stewart.
Very good, yeah. And he started late too.
24 years old.
Okay.
So number 8 here is none other than Stevie J.
What a freak. Thank you for Norm Smith medal against Collingwood in the 2011 grand final.
No, that was Bartel. 07 was Stevie J against Port Adelaide. He won the first one.
I thought he won it in 2011.
No, that was Bartel.
Okay.
So Steve Johnson... he could have been higher on the list too. It's hard juggling these players. It's not easy. We've got 253 games, 07 Norm Smith medalist, 2-time leading goal kicker, and of course 3 flags.
What a genius.
Now, what I would say, in the 07 grand final, he actually went to his teammates at 3/4 time in the huddle and he said, "You can call me Norm," because he was going to go on and win the Norm Smith medal, and he did.
Is that a true story?
True story.
Wow.
One of the most skillful players. I've seen him off camera doing skills with Gary Ablett Jr. Incredible. Yep. And he was the one who really brought the snap kick for goal into the AFL. We didn't see that, the Stevie J curve.
It's true.
Players didn't do that beforehand.
The snap around the corner,
you're
right.
Creative, from distance, not from an angle necessarily. Yeah. So Stevie J is number 8. Now,
He's a freak.
He's a freak. That would be how you describe him. Now, number 7 is Cory Enright.
He's a special player.
Cory Enright, to get on this list as a half-back player is incredible. 6-time All-Australian. 6 times. 332 games. He was the Geelong Games holder before it was overtaken.
Yep.
And one thing that I remember about him in the play is that massive handball as well. He could just get off a huge handball out of defence. He's the one player I actually don't have one particular moment for that I remember. And what that speaks to is the type of player that he is.
Very
Consistency, dependable, reliable, durable.
You'd want him as your son-in-law. Date my daughter.
Yeah.
Date my daughter.
He is that type.
You can just bank him.
Dependable, yeah.
You can bank him. His kicking was elite.
His kicking was absolutely elite. He doesn't have the high-end highlights that some of these other players have, but his importance to that team, 3-time
never played a bad game, I reckon.
Incredible consistency.
Very well described. I agree with you. Spot on.
Yeah. Now, number 6,
Yep.
we're getting to the pointy end of this list here, is Jimmy Bartel. Absolute champion.
Yeah.
305 games, so he's in the 300-game brigade for Geelong.
I'm glad he got there too.
Yeah, absolutely. 2007 Brownlow medalist, probably unexpected. Ablett was a heavy favourite that year, but a deserved Brownlow medalist as well. Now, Norm Smith medalist, and that was in the 2011. I've got two highlights for Jimmy Bartel. So he was a versatile player, playing through the midfield. He was a good mark. He was a good kick as well. The long sleeve Guernsey, very iconic, the Jimmy Bartel.
Yeah.
2011 grand final when the game was in the balance. I think he might have kicked 3 goals. I remember him going back outside 50 and nailing one at a crucial time. Clutch player as well. Clutch player. That's the most important thing. So my two memories for him would be the 2011 Norm Smith medal, absolutely. And the other one would be in 2009, round 1 against Hawthorn. So this was the grand final replay of the terrible loss.
Yes.
Scores a level, siren goes, he marks it in the pocket.
I remember that.
Now, granted, he only needed a point to win, so it wasn't as dramatic if it was
that.
a goal. But he slots it behind, and they all get around him. Unfortunately, the commentary was ruined by Kelly Underwood. She's butchered that. But apart from that, brilliant moment, and that's what I would put. You have to put that Norm Smith medal and Brownlow medal.
I remember that moment.
AFL Hall of Fame as well, I'm told here. So
a brilliant footballer. Didn't have a lot of leg speed, but geez, he played fast.
He did, yeah.
You know what I mean by playing fast, don't you?
Yeah.
And he's another one that you would want your daughter to marry.
Oh, absolutely.
Meaning they're trustworthy, they're bankable.
Absolutely.
They're not going to give you a bad game ever.
And that's why the team was so good in that era, 3 premierships.
Privileged club.
Now, this is the golden era, remember?
It is.
Here.
It is a golden era.
Now, number 5.
Yep.
It's hard to know where to put this man, but he is...
There he is.
Patrick Dangerfield, PFD, Paddy. Now, in terms of sheer ability and impact, probably could be higher than 5 on the list.
And that just speaks volumes of the players that are on this team.
That's exactly what it does. You have to remember he's played 194 games for Geelong.
For Cats, yeah.
So he's not... The things are that he's played 194 games and he wasn't part of that golden era as well, which some might say is even more important then because there was a heavier weight on his shoulders.
Yeah.
But I got him at 5, and you'll see why as I do the rest of the list. But Dangerfield, what can you say? He's a current captain. He's a 2016 Brownlow medalist by a mile. Now he's a power forward that is just absolutely killing it. A 3-time best and fairest. Yeah. I don't know how many All-Australians for Geelong, but overall 8-time All-Australian. 8 overall.
I'd say at least 4 or 5 would be with the Cats.
We'd probably have,
maybe more. Maybe more.
And his biggest achievement, his crowning, the jewel in the crown.
Yeah, we know.
Obviously accomplishing that premiership in 2022. I think 5 All-Australians for Geelong. Incredible. In the first years, he was just so dominant for Geelong. I think that he should have been best on ground in the grand final. I think he should have won the Norm Smith, but I don't begrudge Isaac Smith for winning it. But I think on impact,
I would have loved Danger to have
I would have loved to won it, but he did win the Gary Ayres medal or trophy or whatever it is, and that best player of the final series. And he redeemed what a lot of people were saying is he hasn't played elite football in the finals. So though he didn't play bad by any means, that just ticked off something that he needed.
Well, the medal, he got the medal, didn't he?
He got the premiership, and without him, we wouldn't have won that premiership. So he's number 5 on the list.
He got the one medal that Paddy Cripps wants.
Yeah, the one medal that everyone wants.
True.
Nathan Buckley, Robert Harvey.
True.
There's a lot of players out there that went away without it. Matthew Pavlich.
Yeah.
Now, number 4 on the list is the Tomahawk. Tom Hawkins.
And you know that I love forwards.
Yeah.
I do love forwards, so I'm glad you've included him.
Yeah.
And 4th spot is pretty good, so it'll be interesting to see
it's pretty high.
Who the top 3 are.
Yeah, he's pretty high up because, I mean, you could put Dangerfield ahead of him, you could put Bartel ahead of him, you could maybe even put Steve Johnson, but he's the Geelong records game holder.
Yeah.
He has been reliable over a long period of time. It took him a bit of time to come on.
Yes.
It took him some time to come on, but he won, he's got 5 All-Australians, 4 of those over the age of 30, 4 consecutive. Now, 50 goals every season, you could just take it to the bank. Incredible, strong mark, a type of player we don't see a lot of in this era, that big, strong player, very reliable kick, and incredible player week in, week out. So 3 flags. He didn't play in 07, but he got the 2 flags and the 1 flag in the different eras. 1-time Coleman medalist, 11-time leading goal kicker, and if he wasn't in that team, we wouldn't have had the success that we had. He came of age.
Great kick. A great set shot.
Great set shot. And so there's 2 moments here for him, right?
Yeah.
First of all, 2012 against the Hawks. Do you remember that game? We were 40 points up at quarter time. I reckon he got to about a 50-point lead.
I reckon I know which game you're talking about.
We're less than 2. We're over a goal down in the last quarter with a couple of minutes to go. Hawkins kicks a goal
after the siren
to bring it back. Now, first of all, he kicks a goal to bring it back within a goal.
Yes.
30 seconds left. The ball's in the back line. It looks like it should have been a holding the ball free kick against Duncan. Rowley takes a tackle, but it wasn't paid. Geelong go down the other end through the middle. Steve Johnson pinpoint Selwood. Selwood kicks it to Hawkins. He takes it about 55 out. He goes back. He takes it upon himself to kick it. The siren goes as he's going in, and he kicks it. And that was about win number 11 or 12 in a row against the Hawks.
Well, that was
Kenneth Curse.
The Kenneth Curse, exactly. Yep.
The other moment for Tomahawk was the 2011 grand final. He came of age in that particular game. He kicked 3 goals. He missed a couple in the last quarter after taking some strong marks on Ben Reid, and then he handballed a couple off. So Tomahawk number 4.
Now, just very interesting, quickly, I think he only won the Coleman medal once, which is a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
But I think he had 7 or 8 seasons or longer where he would have kicked between, say, 50 and 65 goals.
Oh, absolutely.
So he may not have had an 80 or 75 or an 80 in 1 year.
Yeah.
But he would have had a lot of years of 60 plus.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna look that up after myself out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Which speaks for his consistency and reliability.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Now,
top 3, the podium.
Number 3 on the list, the bronze medal, as you would say.
Yes.
Matty Scarlett.
Well deserved to be on that list.
284 games, played in the 3 flags, obviously.
Yeah.
6-time All-Australian, 1 best and fairest.
Yeah.
The best defender that we've had. And that's saying something when you've got Harry Taylor and you've got Tom Stewart that have played for us. What he did cannot be underestimated. I don't think I'd ever seen a defender racking up 20, sometimes 30 possessions as well as defending against the best player. Unbelievable player. I mean, you don't get the accolades playing in that position, but he was recognised as the absolute best defender of his time. I guess the best fullback since Silvani took over from Silvani as the best fullback in the game.
He's the second best that I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, and I mean, that would be an interesting discussion in and of itself. So, I mean, Matty Scarlett, and of course the number 1 highlight for him is that toe poke that I spoke about earlier. He was the one who toe poked him.
Yes.
So now the top 2 here. Now, this player, if I was talking about impact...
Just 5 seconds. I would have loved Scarlett to play 1 more year to get to 300th. I would have loved it if they nursed him through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he deserved to be in the 300 club. But
deserved it.
It is what it is. It doesn't ruin his legacy.
No.
I just would have loved to have seen him with 300 games.
I feel the same. And just a bit of trivia, Tom Harley finished on 199 games.
That's true.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
But
that is
so
true.
number 2 on the list in terms of impact for the club would be number 1, easily. And his name epitomises and defines the era of success at Geelong, and it is none other than Joel Selwood.
A shout out to the family. They've had a really bad year. A shout out to them.
Absolutely tragic.
I mean, he was part of that great draft year.
07.
06
draft with
at
Gibbs.
the end of 06. Gibbs went 1. Selwood went 6th or 7th.
I think he went 7 behind Mitch Thorpe for Hawthorn was taken at 6. Boak was taken at 5.
And Boak was... So Gibbs, Boakey and Selwood were all in the top half a dozen or so.
Yeah.
We had pick 1.
You'd be happy with that. You'd be happy with Gibbs.
What would have it been like, though, if we did get Selwood with pick 1? Who knows?
Well, I mean, how many good players have you had picked up? And
who knows if we did get Selwood with pick 1? Anyway,
I don't think you can kick yourself over that. I think Gibbs was good. I think Hawthorn picking up Mitch Thorpe is the one that
He was
you would
the
be
dud.
thinking. Not only would he have taken away from Geelong Selwood, but he would have added a Hawthorn. How many more premierships might they
Selwood
have
was
won,
the
possibly?
best. Selwood was the best pick in that draft.
Absolutely.
I'd say Boak second.
Boak second, yeah.
And I'll give Gibbsy third.
Yeah.
But
So Selwood, 355 games.
Yeah.
I would have liked it if he was the Geelong games record holder. Hawkins snuck past him, but
Yes,
it is what it is.
true.
Most games ever as captain, 11 seasons as
How
captain.
many finals? Must be close to 40.
Close to 40 finals, the most in
Jeez.
history. 4 flags, the only Cats player to have 4 flags.
That's a pretty unique stat.
That is a
isn't it?
unique stat. The 2013 runner-up in the Brownlow, he was leading going into the last game before Ablett got the votes to go past him.
He got shafted.
Could have easily been a Brownlow medalist.
He could have.
Could have easily.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think he's necessarily as quite as talented or flashy as some of the other players, but his leadership is paralleled to none, and his consistency, clutch moments. He would kick that goal if he had it. You knew he would take it upon himself. And for me, the most iconic thing was Selwood. Apart from ducking his head, that was one thing that people will bring up.
He pioneered that, maybe.
He did pioneer that. But the most free kicks for by a mile in
Oh,
history.
yeah, he was
But
courageous.
The,
He was courageous.
the headband around his head.
Yeah, he was
coming
always
off the ground.
smashed.
Just wasn't their day right from the start when Geelong had a 35-point quarter-time lead. Knocked down to Selwood, wouldn't it be great? Got it working the right way. The skipper, the hero, the superstar. What a moment. Joel Selwood has nailed a goal. The emotions bubble over here at the MCG. The tears are flowing.
So
He was a battering ram.
He was a battering ram.
Another one that you want, marry my daughter.
Yeah,
Another
he
one
is,
of those?
he is, yeah. Mr. Reliable, Mr. Nice Guy, yeah. Number one, obviously, Gary Ablett Jr.
Wow. So I knew he would be in your list.
Yeah,
I knew he would probably be top 3.
yeah.
I was interested.
I
wasn't sure you'd have him 1.
Yeah.
Because he went to Gold Coast for a few years.
I wrestled with
But
this.
that's fair call.
It was going to be Selwood or Ablett. When I looked at the statistics, right, let's have a look here.
Yeah.
Just for Geelong, 247 games.
Which in its own...
I didn't realise he played that many games alone for
Which
Geelong.
in its own
That's
right...
true.
Which in its
That's
own
a
right
career.
it is, yeah.
That is a career,
Oh,
even though he played...
that's a great,
So
great number, yeah.
He was actually the leading goal kicker in 06. A lot of people don't know that. 2 times best and fairest. Now, I didn't mention this before. Cory Enright's 2 best and fairest were both in premiership years. Gary Ablett's 2 best and fairest were both in premiership years. Very, very important stat. That's got a huge weight for me.
Of course.
3 times Lee Matthew Trophy. 4 times All-Australian for Geelong.
Yeah.
Brownlow medal in 09. He should have won it in 08. When Cooney won it, he got injured. Probably
True.
could have won it in 07 as well.
Yeah.
He won it for the Suns in 2013, but that doesn't count. In
Yeah, we don't
2014, he was
care.
leading by a mile. And
Yeah, we don't care about the Suns.
I mean, yeah, so he could have had 5 Brownlow medals in his career. But
they're the Nepo baby
the
club.
Nepo babies. But yeah, so that's Gary Ablett Jr. And I mean, I don't think there are so many moments. There's the iconic kick from the pocket at Cardinia Park.
When he went like that.
Yeah, he did that for Gold Coast as well as Geelong, but the one for Geelong was amazing.
Yeah.
The moment for me, for Gary Ablett Jr., one of the sweetest moments as a football follower for me was this one. 07, we dominated. We won the first final by 100 points and 106 points against the Kangaroos. We won the grand final against Port by 119. But in between,
What a privilege.
In between, it could have been so different because Collingwood challenged us in that prelim, and it was a coin toss by the end of that game.
Yes.
You've got to have a bit of luck in footy.
It was 5 points, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's under a goal. Gary Ablett Jr. in the last quarter, going to the left of screen, picks up the ball about 40 out on a 45-degree angle, snaps it around his shoulder, it goes through. Dennis Committee goes up. Cometh the moment, cometh the man, the son of the man. That, for me, is the Gary Ablett highlight, which is incredible. And talking about that too, that was the other thing I didn't mention about Jeremy Cameron, is the only player I've ever seen that could consistently snap the ball from outside 40 metres. So, but Gary Ablett, number 1 on the list. You could...
Can't do much now. Ablett gets through. He can do plenty. Hooks it back. How about that? Come with the moment. Come with the man. The son of the man.
Raffle some of these players, but I've had to make
It's a
a
great
decision.
list, Matty.
That's what I've got.
It's a great list, and it shows that every player was worthy of being included in that list. I'm glad you've included Jezza Cameron.
Yeah.
Because it's also about impact, not just longevity.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
No worries.
It's always great to catch up with you. And I love chatting footy with him, having a coffee with him. We've known each other a long time. He's a superstar. I really value your friendship.
Yeah, thank you, Isaac. Appreciate
worries,
it,
mate.
mate.
No worries.
Thank you for having me on.
No worries. So leave your comments down below. It doesn't matter which footy club you go for. Leave your comments down below. Even if you just give us, in your opinion, your top 3 most favourite Geelong players of all time. I would say, I'm a little bit older than you, so I've watched for a little bit longer. I can't.
Senior?
Yeah, Senior is number 1.
Yeah.
Senior is number 1. But
Is before
I've
my
watched,
time, unfortunately.
Yeah,
this list, I should have said at the start,
no.
it's pretty much 2000.
No, I
last
get it.
25
Yeah,
years.
no, and that's how it should be. It's your memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good. So Geelong is a mighty club, and I've got them as a prelim final lock as a minimum this year. If you play Collingwood, please beat them. I cannot get them to get past 16, and then they'll be on 17 flags, which we don't want.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So-
That's right. I think Geelong Collingwood is the most underrated rivalry in the AFL of the modern era. The number of times we played in finals and significant finals and had
2
iconic
privileged
finals
clubs
as well. So if we meet there again, I tell you what, it'll probably be another coin toss because they're always tough games. But thanks for having me on.
No
Isaac.
worries. Win, lose or draw. Win, lose or draw. I love my club. And Matty loves his club too.
Go the Cats.